So I've officially spent 5 hours in Starfield, and I want to be very clear about something right away. I still don't really know what's going on. Not in a this game is deep and mysterious way, more in a I have 17 quests, 3 factions, a spaceship mortgage, a zero emotional attachment to any kind of way. So this isn't really a full review. This is more of like a status report from someone who's 5 hours in and trying to figure out if Starfield is brilliant, overwhelming, or just quietly chaotic. The game starts off strong. You're mining, things get weird, you touch a thing you probably shouldn't touch, suddenly everyone's like, congratulations, you're important now. Cool, love that for me. The opening missions are actually pretty solid. They give you just enough direction to feel grounded. Like, okay, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I know what I'm chasing. And then the game opens up. And by opens up, I mean throws you into space and says, good luck, bud. After a few hours, Starfield becomes less of a space RPG and more of a to-do list generator. Every NPC has a problem, every location triggers a quest, every faction wants a commitment, and none of it feels urgent, or even connected. I'll be halfway through something important, then someone casually says, hey, can you smuggle this? Join our organization? Betray someone later? No rush. Here's the weird part. Starfield gives you freedom, but not always clarity. There's crafting, shipbuilding, outposts, skills, traits, factions, multiple currencies, and then the game explains all of it, but never really tells you what actually matters early on. So 5 hours in, I'm asking questions like, should I be upgrading my ship already? Am I wasting skill points? Why do I own a house? Do I even like this faction, or did I just say yes too fast? Starfield feels less like a guided journey, and more like being dropped into a space simulator mid-semester. Combat is fine, not bad, not amazing, it works. Gunplay feels serviceable, enemy AI exists emotionally but not tactically, and encounters feel more functional than exciting. Exploration, though, is where things get strange. There are a lot of planets, but after a while, they start to blur together. Land, scan, fight pirates, loot containers, repeat. It's not boring exactly, it's just oddly not memorable, which is wild for a game about exploring the universe. Here's the biggest issue after 5 hours. The main story missions feel like the actual game, and everything else feels like optional DLC you accidentally installed all at once. When I'm on main missions, I'm engaged. There's pacing, mystery, direction. The second I step off that path, the game becomes a sandbox with no signposts. Starfield doesn't lack content. It lacks focus. And 5 hours in, that's a problem. And I'll be honest, the moment I feel like I have to open a wiki page just to understand what the game wants from me, I start checking out a little. Not because I can't figure it out, but because I shouldn't have to. If the game relies me on doing homework outside the game just to feel oriented, that immersion kind of collapses. So after 5 hours, here's where I'm at. I don't think Starfield is bad. I don't think it's boring. I think it's too much, too fast, and not confident enough about what it wants you to care about early on. I'm intrigued, I'm overwhelmed, I'm confused. And honestly, that might be exactly how a space explorer is supposed to feel. I just wish the game helped a little bit more before throwing me into orbit.